So just a quick introduction. My name is Katie Smith. I work for BidSync. I am the Customer Solutions Trainer here. Today we'll be going through the BidSync Oklahoma vendor training. This will show you how to go in and work with our system. So just a quick blurb here. We have the question and answers. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and use the questions section to go ahead and ask those questions there. During the webinar, all participants will be muted. So again, just use that question and answers area to ask questions. The list of topics we will be covering today are the registration, participating in a solicitation, and managing your account. We'll go through each of those, and at the end of them, we'll have a question and answer section for you. Let's go ahead and get started. So we've already gone ahead and pulled up the BidSync website. We're just on the homepage, so www.bidsync.com. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and register for an account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just scroll down here under the Basics tab, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Free Registration. This will allow me to complete the free registration with BidSync. Just a note with this registration, if you've already completed this because you registered with BidSync in the past or sometime between the webinar and now, what you'll do is you can go ahead and just continue on with your normal account. So what we're going to do here is start filling out the information. So up here at the top, we'll go ahead and put in our first name. Then we can put in our last name. You'll then want to put in your phone number that you can be reached at for just your specific person. After that, you can go ahead and select your job title. You can go ahead and choose whether you're in sales, marketing, a CEO, but we're going to go ahead and choose owner. After that, we'll go ahead and enter in our email address. This will be the email address we will receive notifications to of any new bids, any addendums, question and answers, things like that. Once you actually create your account, you can add multiple users to your account and give them email access as well. The next thing you'll be doing is setting up your username. This will be the username you log in to the BidSync system with. So we could go ahead and just pick something here that is unique to our user. Just so you know, if you do have a common name like I do, Katie Smith will probably not work in the system because there's going to be a user already with that username. So just make sure you're choosing something unique to your user. You'll then want to go ahead and input your password. This will just be a password you create on our system. It does need to be at least 8 characters long, containing at least 1 number and 1 letter. And those requirements are listed below the boxes. After that, you'll have the How Did You Hear About Us? This will allow you to go in and choose how you heard about BidSync. You can go ahead and just choose government agency using BidSync to place bids. After that, you're going to go ahead and put in your company information. So up here at the top, we could type in our company name, which is BidSync. We can then go ahead and put in our street address of where our company is located. Then we'll have our city. This is just the city you're located in. So we could put in Oklahoma City. And then for our state, we can actually choose Oklahoma. After that, we can go ahead and put in the zip code that we are registering our account under. And then the last thing for your company information you'll need to fill out is your organization's phone number. One thing to note with this field, anytime you call into our BidSync customer support team, this will be the number they ask you. They'll say, what's the phone number you registered your account under? and this will be the phone number you want to give them. Then they'll easily be able to pull up your account without having to do a whole ton of searching. The next thing is the time zone you're in. You'll want to go ahead and just select that there. This will allow for the bids to update to whatever time zone you're in. The next thing you'll have is the optional business ID information. In here you can enter the DUNS, the FEIN number, or the Social Security numbers. These are optional. The city will not be using the information here. They actually have forms for you to fill out on your bids, so you'll be providing them that information. So if you want there, you can go ahead and just leave those blank. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the bottom and hit Next Step. And this will be allow you to be taken to the second page of the registration. This is the keywords area. The first area up here at the top you'll have is the primary industry. You'll want to go ahead and just select the appropriate one from the list. So you could come in here and choose like construction, public works in the trade, medical, or other. By choosing other, you can go ahead and specify whatever your industry is. I'm going to actually just choose construction, public works, and the trade. The next thing you'll have is the keywords. These are going to be the keywords that describe your business. So if we sold construction equipment, we could go ahead and put in construction equipment. We could even list out some construction equipment, pavers, welders, things like that. With these keywords, you're only required to use 3, but you can enter as many as you would like. They will actually be used on the next page to kind of help with some classification codes. And I'll explain that more in just a little bit. After that, we'll have the suggested keywords. What this is doing is it's taking businesses like yours that have used the keyword of construction equipment, and it's letting you know of other keywords they've used. So you can come in here and select any that apply. This is an optional area for you to fill out. And then you'll have the where do you do business. You'll want to go ahead and decide whether you do business in USA and Canada, USA, Oklahoma only, or specific states and provinces. The only thing you'll need to do is make sure you have at least Oklahoma selected. So any of the first 3 will automatically select Oklahoma. If you use the last option, you'll just want to make sure you're checking Oklahoma. The next and final thing of this page is the notifications. This will allow you to include the BidSync Links Plus bids. This is a paid service that BidSync provides to you. However, the city's bids do not come through the Links Plus, so you can go ahead and uncheck that. If you're interested in learning more about the Links Plus, go ahead and call our customer support line and we'll give you more information on that. After that, we'll go ahead and hit Next Step. This will allow you to be taken to the classification categories. What this is doing is it is taking those keywords that you input on the previous page and it's bringing up a list of NIGP codes that match. So what that is NIGP stands for National Institute of Government Purchasing. They have taken all the services, industry, products, goods, services that you can think of, and they've made a classification system out of it. What it'll do is it's taking those keywords that we input and it's pulling any codes the system feels matches and puts them in this box. What you'll then want to do is read through each one of these and check any that apply. So we could say we do construction communication equipment, machinery all types, asphalt pavers, just kind of whatever applies to your company. You'll just read through the whole list and check as many that apply. The second list you can have access to is the C codes like companies like yours selected. So besides just tracking what keywords companies are using, we're also tracking whenever they use a certain keyword, what kind of codes are they selecting. So this may have some additional keywords for you to use, so you can look through here and have those applied. You are only required to have one code on your account, but you can have as many as you would like. So down here at the bottom, it'll say classification code selected and then the number you selected. As long as that number is green, you are good to continue on. And the only time it does not appear in green is if you have not selected any codes. Then it'll appear in red. So after that, you're going to go ahead and hit Next Step. This will allow you to be taken to the completion page, because at this point we've actually completed the BidSync registration. So as you can see on my screen, I now have a thank you for registering with BidSync. At this point, you can go ahead and log in. You can view bid information, change your profile. You will not have access to placing an offer and asking questions, things like that, because you are in a read-only access until your account has been confirmed. To get your account confirmed, you can wait 1 business day until you receive the email that says your account has been confirmed, or you can go ahead and call a BidSync customer support representative and have your account confirmed immediately. On this page, our BidSync support line is listed here. I pretty much just gave you the whole verbiage spiel just now, so you can call that number once you create your account and get it activated. Or our contact information is always at the top in the right-hand corner, or you can go ahead and call us. So that is the registration process with BidSync. I'll now go ahead and open the floor up for questions. If you have any questions on registering with BidSync. Okay. So it looks like there are no questions coming in right now. So what I'm going to do is continue on to our next subject, which is participating in a solicitation. This will just give you a walkthrough of placing a bid in the BidSync system. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and go back to the BidSync homepage. And instead of going to the bottom and registering for a new account, I'm actually going to go ahead and log in. I can do that by clicking on My Account in the upper right-hand corner. I'll then be taken to the BidSync login, where I can go ahead and type in my username as well as the password to my BidSync account. Once you log in, you'll be taken to your home page of the logged in BidSync system, which appears as it is on your screen right now. At the top of the screen, we'll have a search bids area. Up here, you can go ahead and actually search for a bid. We'll be doing that in just a second. I just want to kind of highlight some of the other things you'll see on this page. So then you'll have this blue bar with 4 tabs in it. The first one is Home. That'll just take you back to the home page we're looking at right now. You'll then have My Account. That will allow you to view your account information. We'll be covering this in more detail at the end of the training. You'll then have the agency list. This will allow you to go in and view which agencies are contracted with BidSync. You're able to select on each individual state and make that selection there. The last one you'll have is Support. This will take you to the BidSync customer support portal, and it'll allow you to review articles we've created on our processes, as well as allow you to submit an email or a ticket to BidSync with your questions. Below that, you're going to have 4 boxes. The first one is an alert. This will let you know if you have any alerts on your account. So if we can click on this, we can see that one of the bids we've been working on has an addendum on it. So it'll let us know that there's an addendum. With addendums, you do receive emails as well letting you know that there was an addendum on a bid. The next box you'll have is your current subscription. This will allow you to view the current subscriptions you have on your BidSync account if you've purchased that option. After the current subscription, you'll have the Manage. There's 5 icons in here. The first one will allow you to add users to your account. The second one allows you to manage your regions. Next one, that little envelope guide allows you to manage your notifications. The apples and the oranges allows you to manage your classification. And then the phone allows you to contact BidSync customer support. You're also able to edit any of those things under the My Account tab. Then the last box you have is your active credit cards. If you have any active credit cards on BidSync, they will be appearing there. Then you'll notice if we scroll down on the page, we'll have 2 boxes. One says Links Bids and the other is the Links Plus. Remember, the Links Plus bids are the paid service with BidSync. So if you're interested in that service, again, you can go ahead and contact us and we'll give you more information. However, the city's bids will be posted under the Links Bids area. Under the Links Bids area, you're going to have this orange bar with several tabs in it. At the first one you'll have is the addendums. This will let you know if you have any addendums on your bids. You can see that I do have one on a bid that I'm currently working on. The next tab you have is the changes. Changes work the same way as an addendum. In our system, it's just a verbiage change. Just depends on the agency's rules. You'll be able to see those there. Anytime there's an addendum on or a change on a bid, you do receive an email if you have your notifications turned on. The next tab is My Bids. What you can do on every bid is you can add that bid to your My Bids area. This will allow that bid to just be placed on your home page. We'll then have About to End. This will be any bid ending within the next 24 hours on your account. It'll allow you to easily get access to that bid so you can start placing an offer on it. You'll then have Invited Bids. This will allow you to go in and look at any bids that you've been specifically invited to by an agency. So you can go ahead and see that listed there. The last tab you have is the Bids with Offers. If you've placed any offers on a bid, those will be appearing there. And you'll be able to click on it and go in and look at that bid, review your offer, and make changes to it if you need to. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go ahead and locate a bid. So up here at the top, we're going to use this search area. So we can see here we have the option to search by bid title or description. You can also put in the bid number. Those are included in the email you receive a notice of, so you don't have to worry about trying to locate those. After that, you'll have an All Regions area where you can go ahead and drop this down to a state. So we could go ahead and select Oklahoma. After that, you'll have the current bids. This will allow you to look at all the current bids that are currently on the system. If you drop that down, you do have the option to search by a past bid or a bid that is already closed on our system. An example of that would be on that Tuesday at 10 o'clock. You're used to going to the city clerk's office in order to view the tabulation of the bid. You'll now be able to come into the BidSync system and view that there. So let's go ahead and select 2013, 2014 past bids and then select Go and then pull that up. So we're going to go ahead and look for a current bid on the BidSync system. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit go. We'll then be taken to the search results page. This will display all the bids that meet the criteria we set at the top. What you can do here is you're going to want to go to that orange bar with 2 tabs in it, and you're going to want to move over to the links bids. The links bids are going to be the bids that have been released by the city. As you can see, there are 2 bids listed in here. The top bid will explain a little bit more what you'll be doing with that bid after we've gone through the training material. But for the purpose of this training, we're going to use that second bid down here, the heavy equipment test. I'm going to go ahead and click on the title there, and that'll then take me to the bid information page. On here, it'll display all the information the agency has provided for this bid. So the box that you'll see, you'll usually have these boxes right next to each other, but because I'm zoomed in, they're showing on top. But we'll have this bid alerts area at the top. You'll want to go ahead and read through that, and if those apply to you, go ahead and take care of them. If not, you'll just want to move over to the second box. At the top of this box, you'll have the bid number as well as the title of the bid. This will allow you to see what the agency has assigned that bid to be. You'll then have the agency that released the bid, as well as how much time is left, when the bid started, and when the bid ends. Over here, you're going to have the logo of the agency, and below that you'll have 2 things you'll want to kind of pay attention to. The first is, how do I place an offer? Here, what you're able to do is go in and see the instructions for placing an offer on the BidSync system if you kind of forget how those are done. The next thing you'll have is the notifications area. When you first come into the BidSync system, the notifications are automatically turned off. If you want to turn those on so that you receive notifications of addendums, question and answers, pre-bid conferences, you can either start working on the bid and it'll automatically turn them on, or you can just hit notify me about this bid. When you click notify me about this bid, the notifications will then turn on, and that pair of binoculars will no longer have the cross through it. This looks like it's not taking me clicking that button, so we're going to go ahead and continue on. Okay, there we go. After that, we're going to have 2 options here. The first one is to download a bid packet. This will allow you to just download that bid packet from the system, just a concise PDF of everything from the bid. Then the add to my bids, that's what you can click to have it added to your my bids under the home page. Moving down, you're going to see that you have another orange bar with some tabs in it. The first one you'll see is the details. This is going to be the details that the agency has released with this bid. Here we can see the time the bid started, some bid comments, things like that. But the one thing I do want to point out is the expected expenditure. This will be the amount of money you plan to spend on this project. So here you can go ahead and quickly find that information without having to look through plans and specs to find that. So after details, the next tab you'll have is documents. These are going to be all the documents the agency has attached, the affidavits, registration forms, plans, specs, different things like that. There's 2 types of documents in the BidSync system that you're going to see in this area. The first one is not viewed, and the second is pending acceptance. With any not viewed document, all you need to do is click on the title of it, open it up, and then when you close out of that, the not viewed will change to viewed. The other option are the pending acceptance. To accept those, what you'll do is you'll click on the title of the document, like this first one we have here. We'll be taken to the supplier response form. This will display that affidavit, the anti-non-collusion affidavit you're used to seeing. And then it'll have some boxes of some area they want us to fill out. So as an authorized agent, I can go ahead and start filling out these boxes. So it asks for signature of an individual. I can put my information there. So all you're going to do is fill these boxes out. Once you fill that out, you'll want to go ahead and scroll down. You'll then see an area on this form that's asking to be completed by the notary. I've chosen this form to kind of show you how you're going to complete any forms that need to be completed by a notary. So you as the authorized agent are going to come in and you're going to fill out that first part of the form. You're then going to come down and skip over the notary section since you can't notarize your own bid. You're then going to go ahead and type in your password at the bottom and click Save. This will then save the form and allow you to electronically sign it. Your electronic signature will, which is your password, it will act as if you were actually signing the document, and it is just as legal and binding as that original signature. Then what you'd want to do is you would want to have the notary added as a user on the account, whether that's somebody from the bank or somebody within your organization. We'll show you how to add somebody to the account when we go through the My Account area. We'll then want to go ahead and have them log in with their username and password, locate this bid, and open up this form. They'll then be able to fill that out, and then they'll use their electronic password to sign the form as well. Once you do type in your password and click Save, that form will then close out, and instead of saying pending acceptance, it'll now say accepted. I've already gone ahead and taken care of these forms. There were 5 on here so that we didn't have to sit here and do it on the training. So once that page loads, you'll be able to see all 5 of the documents have an accepted next to them. So the next tab we have is the line items. These are going to be the items you're bidding on. This will list all the different products they're buying or whatever it is this bid is for. I'll give that a second to just kind of catch up to us. For this training bid we're going to have 2 line items. The first one will be the delivery, and it'll ask for the days after receipt of purchase order. The next one is the bid price. In those documents it listed out all the equipment they were purchasing, and they just want to know a total price. So it's still quite not loading. Here we go. Now that should be displaying on your screen so you can see what I was seeing. So here we can see delivery, bid price, we can see the description, which I did describe to you already. You'll then have a has offer link, and it'll just state yes or no, depending on if you have an offer on this bid or not. Then you'll also have a place offer link here as well as at the bottom of the page to go ahead and place an offer on the bid. After the line items, we'll have the question and answers. In here, you can go ahead and ask the agency any clarification questions or anything you're needing to ask them. You'll want to go ahead and just pay attention to the question and answers deadline. As long as that is open, you can go ahead and hit Ask a Question. And then that'll pop up a box that'll allow you, just a text box, to either copy and paste from Word, or you can go ahead and just type into that box what your question is. Below that, here's that box that should now be showing on your screen. You'll then have all the questions that were previously asked. The question and answer section is public, so anybody can see what each other are asking. as well as the answers that were given. These are done anonymously so other users cannot see that you asked that question. Once you ask a question, whether or not you had your notifications turned on, they'll automatically be placed on. And then once the agency answers that question, you do receive an email with that answer. After that, we will have the vendor ads. This will allow you to come into the BidSync system and place an ad on this bid. It does cost $30 to place an ad on BidSync. This will allow you to place an ad for a sub seeking a prime or a prime seeking a sub if you're wanting. The last tab we have on here is the plan holders list. The plan holders list is not used by the procurement department. It's only used by Public Works, so we're going to go ahead and skip over that. Below that, you're going to have the addendums. This will allow you to go ahead and view any addendums that were made on the bid. These are emailed to you as well as placed on the bid information page. So here we can see that the previous end date was this morning at 9 a.m. MDT, so 10 o'clock your time. And then the new end date is now on September 16th. Below that, we will have a place offer where we can actually go ahead and place an offer on this bid. Once we hit place offer, it'll go ahead and bring up all those line items on the place offer page. So this is what that page looks like. You'll notice that every line item has its own box here where you'll be filling in information. At the top here, you'll see the line item name. So we can see here that this is for delivery. Remember, they wanted to know the delivery. They wanted to know how many days after receipt of purchase order. You can click on that, and it'll pull up more information about that line item. You'll then have the product code area. This will allow you to see the product code. To put in a product code for your own option. If you have a SKU number or a part number or anything like that, you can put that there. It is optional, so you can go ahead and leave that blank. The next thing you'll have is the notes for buyer. This will be any notes that you have to give to the buyer if you have more information about that line item. After that, we're going to move over to the unit price. My suggestion before looking at the unit price is always to check your quantity and your unit. So here we can see they're requesting day as the unit of measure. So over here in the unit price, we're going to go ahead and tell them how many days. Since this is days, go ahead and ignore that unit price area. That is just a standard for the BidSync system. So that'll go ahead and go over to the agency as 9 days. Below that, you'll have the unit price text. Just like on a check, you have to fill out the the amount of money you're giving that person twice. You have to fill it out in the box, and then you also have to write it out on the line. So that's all you're going to be doing here. So we can go ahead and just put in 9 days. Below that, you'll notice you'll have an upload attachment link. Here you can go ahead and upload any attachments you have, any catalogs, anything like that that you would need to give to the agency. You can upload that there. So you're going to want to do the same process on every single line item. So down here we can see the bid price. They're wanting to know our total bid price, which happens to be $10.50. So we'll go ahead and put that in here. One thing I do want to point out, if your quantity is greater than 1, the BidSync system will automatically calculate your total price. So for example, if we were looking for a certain item, maybe pavers, and the agency was going to be purchasing 2 of them, that would automatically calculate your total price over to $21. So again, just like we did on the other item, we need to write out the unit price text. One thing I do want to point out here, just on a check, you would normally do $10 and then you would do 50 over 100, and that would account for your cents. However, this field does not allow for any characters that are not the alphabet to be in here. So what you'll want to do is just type out 50 cents. And then that will allow it to be accepted. The next thing you'll have is your attachments. This will allow you to upload any attachments again. With the attachments link, you'll notice that there will always be one on every single line. This is because BidSync has given you multiple opportunities to upload your attachment. You can upload them on any line item you want. They go with the bid as a whole, not with each line item. The agency will see them all grouped together in just one area. You'll also have a notes for buyer for this single line item, as well as the bid notes. These notes will apply to the bid as a whole, not just a single line item. So if you have more than 5 line items on a bid, those line items will appear on pages. So right above that submit option, you will have pages 1, 2, 3. So make sure you're going through each page to look at those line items and fill them out. After you've completely filled out all your line items, you can go ahead and hit submit. And then this will take you to a review your offer page. At this point, you can go ahead and make sure you've entered all your information in correctly. If you made any mistakes, you can come down here to the bottom and hit back and go in and make those changes as needed. The next area you'll have is the addendums. If there has been any addendums on the bid, you'll need to go ahead and accept those. So next to addendums accepted, there will be a box. However, I've already placed an offer on this bid before and accepted the addendum, so that box goes away because you don't have to accept it multiple times. But when you do it the first time, you'll want to go ahead and check that box. The next thing you'll want to do is go to the offer confirmation box. My suggestion is you always check this box here. This will allow a confirmation email to be sent to your email regardless of your notification preferences if you've accidentally gone in and selected those to be never. You'll then want to go ahead and type in your BidSync password. Your password acts as your electronic signature, which is just as legal and binding as an original signature. After that, you're going to want to go ahead and click on Confirm. That will allow you to confirm your offer, and your offer will then be placed into a lockbox. At this point, if you realize you still made a mistake you didn't catch before, you can go in and edit your offer as many times as you'd like and submit it as many times as you would like. Just the very last offer that you submit to the agency will be the one they receive. So that is it for placing responding to a solicitation on BidSync. I'll go ahead and open the floor up to any questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put those into the questions area on your window. Okay, so it doesn't look like any questions are coming in. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go over that managing account area. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on Home. And then we're going to click on My Account. This will then allow you to edit that profile that you had created originally on BidSync during your registration. Once you click on My Account, it'll take you to the account profile setup. You'll also want to do this if you've already created an account in BidSync. And you want to edit it just to make sure you're going to receive Oklahoma City's bids. So what you're going to want to do under Regions is go ahead and click on Edit. This will allow you to come in and choose the different states you want to receive notices for. So to receive the city's bids, just come down here to Oklahoma and make sure that is checked. You'll then go ahead and go to the bottom and click Save if you made any changes. The next one is those NIGP classifications. My suggestion to anyone I ever talk to is to always scroll to the bottom and click on Show Selected NIGP Classification. This will then show you all the classifications you have on your profile. If you would like to edit and remove any of these, I would suggest writing down what that 5-digit number is so you can easily search for it and locate that. To add more codes to your profile, you can go ahead and scroll up to the top. In the number 1 field to search by NIGP code or keyword, we could go ahead and maybe type in construction equipment and hit search. It'll then bring up all the codes that have to do with construction equipment. If it has a check and is bolded, that means that it's already applied to your profile. Otherwise, if you need to add it, you can go ahead and just check the box. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to scroll down here, and we're going to go ahead and click Save. This will allow any changes you made with your profile to take effect. After that, we'll have the notification. This is where you can come in and set your notification preferences. So if I click on Edit, this will be the screen I get. So up here on this page, in order to receive the city's bids, I would suggest turning the first 6 to email. The other 2 are just your preference as to what you're wanting them to be. So you can have those sent to email or fax. So if you make any changes on this page, you can go ahead and click Save or just cancel out. The last thing you'll have on here is the agency type. These are the type of agencies you want to receive bids from. In order to receive the city's bids, the only thing you need to have turned on is the municipality. The rest are your choice. So again, any changes you make need to have the Save button option clicked. You'll notice here that there are some other profile setup options you have. We're not going to cover these since they don't have anything to do with the city's account. You can come into your account and review those and go through that process of editing those. If you need help putting those together, you can go ahead and contact our support team, and then we will go ahead and assist you with anything we can. So really quickly, I'm going to show you how to add a user to the account. So I'm going to come over here to the Admin tab, so just under My Account and then Admin. So if you needed to add that notary, whether it's a person from the bank or someone within your company, we can go ahead and click on New User. This will then allow us to fill out the information for that user. We can create them a username and a password. Just be aware the first time they log in, they will be requested to change that password. After you set up their username and password, you'll want to set up their permission. So if this is just a user on the account, you can give them whatever permissions you're wanting. For the notary, you'll want to make sure that they have the respond to bid permission, and then they'll be able to fill out that documentation. So once you've created this user and filled out their profile, you can go ahead and type in your password and click Save to confirm those changes. The other option you have for getting a user added to your account is you can go ahead and have them register their own user, going through that same process we covered at the first part of the webinar. What you'll then want to do is have yourself and the user on the phone when you call into our BidSync customer support line. You'll then be able to speak with the representative and ask for your accounts to be merged. They will then be one account where you can go in and edit the same bids, things like that. You'll still have your own logins and your own passwords, so it can mark what you've worked on and what the other person has worked on. So that was all the information I had to cover. If you have any questions, feel free to submit those now. I'm just going to share one last thing with you, and that is the contact information for BidSync. Our phone number is listed on the screen. When you call in and that lady starts talking to you with the automated system, to bypass her, just hit option 1 and then option 1 again, and that'll get you to a BidSync customer representative, and they'll be able to assist you. You can also email us at support@bidsync.com, and we'll respond to you via email. You can also go to our Customer Solutions portal where it has articles, as well as you can submit emails and tickets to us there, and that is just support.bidsync.com.
And there's just a few other things that I would like to say. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, definitely.
This is Amy Russell with City of Oklahoma City, and I just wanted to let you know that there is a test bid out on the live system for you to access. Please go to that bid and go ahead and submit a bid on that, and we will have a mock bid opening on Wednesday, September 18th at 2 p.m. Our first live bid release will be September 25th. Then our first live bid opening will be October 15th. Thank you again for attending our training, and we hope to do quite a bit more business with you in the future. Thank you.